And we're gonna roll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
And it's A Tati.
Yes, it is. So as you may know, last week was our anniversary, our 5-year anniversary. This week, we're just going to kind of go through our 5-year evolution. Where we've been, where we're at, where we're going. You're not going to do that. And yeah, so we're going to do that today. And we're back on YouTube. And we're very excited about that. So we're very excited that you can see us in the midst of, a really chaotic day. But we're here. Are we going to break some ice first?
We're going to break some ice.
Perfect.
So, the question is, what is the dumbest thing you've done in the last week, month, or year?
The dumbest?
I mean, if you have a week of dumbest thing of the week, then say week. If you can't think of anything for the week, then a month. If you can't think of anything for the month, the year.
I don't know if you're aware of how my memory works, but it doesn't work like that. So maybe you go first while I think.
So here's the thing. I don't.
Why'd you ask this?
Hey. I don't pre-screen the questions.
What? Who chooses them?
Like, I pick them Like, I just pick off the list and, like, start asking them. I compiled a group of questions, and I just pick one for every day.
Interesting.
But I don't not ask just because I don't know what I'm going to say. You could have been off the top of your head like, girl, I fell in the ditch.
I didn't fall in the ditch. And that wouldn't be dumb. That's an accident,
But it depends on how you did it. Let me think.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
The dumbest thing.
I don't think I'm that dumb.
Jake is here, y'all. Shout out to Jake.
Hi.
Oh, let's say you can't see him, viewers. You gotta relax.
What?
Skedaddle. Yeah, let's all ignore him.
He'll. I've done. Well, I already discussed with you guys.
What month is it? It's now October.
I discussed with you guys previously about watching the movie He's All That.
Oh, that was dumb of you?
That movie's so dumb.
But, like, was it dumb of you? Like, was it dumb of you to watch it?
I felt very dumbed down while I was watching it. So
perhaps it was dumb that you didn't turn it off.
Right.
Correct. Got it.
Unless I get, like, deep.
Can I replace something dumb with something embarrassing?
Yeah.
I'm babysitting Jake, my best friend's dog.
That's what I thought.
And I was talking... I, reached out to Jake's mom and I was like, hey, how is Jake about being left alone for like a couple of hours? Her response, I'm not going to say what she responded because it was ignorant, but love you, T. But she was basically like, Toad's fine. He's on, and he is great. He's very good with his schedule. So like, no worries about like messes or anything like that. Like, he's fine. And then like once he's left alone, he just finds a place and lays down, whatever. So I was going out last night to dinner, and I was leaving the house, and so we get to the door, and of course he gets excited thinking like we're about to go outside or go for a walk, and I'm like, no, I'm leaving you, I'm sorry. And so I finally rush out of the house, and as I'm locking the top lock, I hear him whimper. I burst into tears, and I cried like for a lot of the ride, and until we got to like Lakeshore, and I just was like, wow, this is why I don't have pets, because I can't do stuff like this. I don't like it. Yeah. So that was embarrassing.
Dogs crying is literally the worst.
It's too much, and I think I can't take the attachment. I can't take it. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. Let's check in. Oh, before we check in, a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you so much for watching this. If you are not watching this and you're listening, please do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We will be back every week with visual episodes. Tati and I are super cute, and that's, beneficial.
When you said that, I was like...
We're very cute, and it's fun. You can do it on your phone, your laptop, even most televisions. do the YouTube thing. So, treat yourself. If not, though, please continue to do all the things that you've always done and follow us on all the places to be followed. And I'm going to say this again at the end. I just realized I was doing my end spiel and I'm not supposed to do that. It's fine. But be following us on Instagram at Away With Words, the podcast. You can also email us at askawaywithwords@gmail.com if you have any questions. Subscribe on yaymash.com, our website where we put all of our writings and other things. There's a newsletter that goes out every week. Lots of fun stuff. So, yeah, let's check in. I'll go first.
Okay.
Physically, I'm so hot. Emotionally, steam heat. Emotionally, I feel, can you see my thighs? Because just in case I get a little lazy, I don't have on any drawers. And I'm wearing a dress. Okay, perf. Safe. Emotionally, I'm feeling joy in this moment. I feel like I've been a little stressed all day, but we're here now. Period. Mm-hmm. My attention is currently on something special. By the time Jake, do not react. By the time you all see this, hopefully y'all will know what I'm doing this about. But that's what my attention is currently on. And spiritually, I feel a little bit in my own way. But that's all right.
Physically, I am also hot. And emotionally, I feel present.
I love that.
My attention.
This dog upstairs that's acting worse than Jake.
No.
Just like, he's like, oh, is someone recording a podcast in the building?
My attention is on fall.
Fall.
I'm very excited.
What aspects of fall though? Like pumpkin spice lattes?
Everything. So first of all, I went to the pumpkin patch yesterday.
Cuteness.
Me and my daughter, my best friend, and her kids went. It was so fun and so cute.
Aww.
And I'm just excited for sweaters and jackets and boots.
Boobs.
Fall nails.
Did y'all watch that 70s show?
Like just ever? Yeah.
No, I've seen it.
Do you remember Donna's mom?
Yes.
Her titties in those sweaters?
No.
It was just like,
They were just so nice.
Nope.
That's what sweaters makes me think of now. Like specifically breasts in tight sweaters.
yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. I love it for
That's
us.
what fall gives. Titties and tight sweaters.
Hashtag. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can do that in the fall with a hoodie and a jacket.
Yeah.
We
do
go to
you?
the airport when it be cold.
It's true.
So.
Who does that? Who said that? I feel like Candy Burris. Who said that?
Cool.
Oh, okay.
And spiritually,
Sorry.
Yeah, girl. Spiritually, I feel aware.
Okay, awareness, period. So I really want to rebuke the period out of I don't ever want to say it again. I'm so sick of it. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. I don't do it on purpose at this point. It happens. I don't feel like it even happens often, but because I spend a lot of time alone, so I don't think I say it to myself, and I talk to myself a lot. But when I'm around others, constantly, I want to stop.
Because it's like playful. It's fun. So when you're in a group and you're in a joyful, joking mood.
Joyful love. Okay, the year was 2016. We were on Imperial, some of us. And thus the birth of Away With Words, the podcast. Fun fact, if you don't know this, I feel like I've said this before. So our anniversary is recognized as 10/5/2021 because that is the first episode that I felt like we had our shit together. We actually had a couple of episodes in June and July before that, but they were chaotic. They were chaos. You can still find them to this day. They suck. So 2016, the birth of Away With Words, the podcast, yeah, it was just us at a dining room table, me, Drea P, and Ajano Asia, and me just feeling so, I don't know, a little bit into myself, but also into my friends that we're just really funny. We moved in that summer together, and we would come home around the same time. especially me and Aja. Drea P minded her business a little bit more than me and Aja did. Like when me and Aja knew that one of us was home, it was like playtime nonstop. Drea P would like go in her room or be like, all right, y'all. But if we were doing a lot, she would come play with us. And usually in those moments, just the conversations, just the things that would happen. And I just was like, this is so entertaining to me. Wonder if it's entertaining to anyone else. So I just put it on SoundCloud. So that's how it happened. I feel like there was like no like real like podcast intention. It wasn't like I have a dream of having a podcast or I've been listening to podcasts and I want to do that. It was really just like, this is fun and I'm gonna put this out to the world. So that was 2016. How would you describe, if you remember, who you were as a person in 2016? That was 5 years ago. 5 years.
And 2016?
Yes.
I don't know why that doesn't seem
It's a blur, right? What? Yeah.
Like I had a 1-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Cassie was 1?
She turned 1 in 2016, yeah.
That just seems so strange.
That is crazy.
Like, I guess.
Your birthday trip? April 2016?
Yep, because we moved in right after that.
Yeah, the Beyonce Lemonade came out.
Lemonade, Prince passed away.
We moved
and I came back home.
into our
You came back
new
home.
house the same month, the same week of my birthday trip.
Wow, just
They
chaos.
were moving the day after, like the day we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, what was the question?
Just like your personal state, like who were you in 2016?
Not to be unintentionally heavy.
No, go ahead. You know, this is a safe
But
space.
I think I was a depressed person in that year. I think I was still trying to get a grasp on my new normal.
Yeah.
I think I felt very isolated in those times.
For sure.
Because it was always, like, stuff would be happening, but then
A lot
it
of stuff was
always
happening.
like me,
Mhm.
like over here. And it got to the point where it just wasn't even, I just wasn't, not that I necessarily wasn't included, but it just wasn't even like a thing for me to not be there.
Yeah.
Or, or expected for me to come. Like, it was a big deal if I did show up.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like, okay, let me know like 2 months ahead of time. Like, I'm going to lock in a babysitter. I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to be there. I promise. Like, it would be stuff like that. So, I think 2016 was like rough times. Like I still wasn't working, so I felt really bad about myself and just like my progression, my trajectory during that year.
A testimony.
Like, yeah.
I love to look back at stuff like that though, because it's like, wow, look, got out of it. I just love the testimony. 2016 was supposed to be a much wilder year for me. I mean, it was a good year. It was a good year. But it was a good year. It was a lot of stuff going on. We talked about all of the major things that happened. Prince passing away really hit us hard. We were in Vegas for Tati's birthday when we found that out. Also, Lemonade dropping that weekend. The Formation video coming out the day that me, Drea P, and Ajano Asia met up for lunch to talk about living together. It's just 2016 is kind of like a sentimental year in a real way, like low key when I really think about it. But when I think about myself personally, it was kind of just like I feel like I felt ease. I felt very.
You were gonna say you felt like Eve.
No, I felt ease. I felt very like. I felt very. I think that I love the way the perspective works. I love the practice of like going through something that feels hard or rough or like not good, so that the next thing that just feels kind of euphoric. Because I remember like when we finally decided like, okay, we're gonna get this house together, which things didn't go as planned, but the original plan of just like all of the money that I was gonna save, and I was also feeling very depressed and alone, very lonely. in a way that I wasn't expecting, and I was just really happy to live with people and this community kind of formed in a way that I wasn't expecting, because like you got super involved, and let me stay on track because I'll just get to rambling about just that. So that's 2016. We started it, we kicked it off. 2017, the first thing I put for 2017 is shit went crazy. Like, and to be honest, don't get emotional. Try not to get emotional. No, emotions are welcome, but I want to just make sense and not blabber. Like, I have a lot of work to still do at forgiving myself for feeling like I fumbled a bag in a way, like metaphorically, just feeling like I didn't keep it, like we built so much momentum and I didn't keep it going, 2017 was nuts. And looking back on our page and like just going through all of the things of that year specifically, I was like, oh my God, like we did so much. Like 2017, first of all, we started our Instagram page. We had all of these features, all of these guests. Like, we did most of the Black Ink Crew cast in 2017. We had Malik Kitchen in 2017 of Hamilton. We had, Ricky Rampage and 92.3. Like, we had people reaching out to us. Like, it was just really, really popping. And then, that fateful day, G Herbo. And that was such a wild moment, like, in life to just think about, like, I still haven't really like put a stamp on what that was, but I remember the day that we put that out, that was a fucking big day.
He wasn't by himself.
No, and the Real Call Sister, and that was the real tea. Everything about that was crazy. Debuted their pregnancy. And we also debuted their pregnancy on our page. We debuted their the gender of Yosan, because we had made two different, it was a pink background and a blue background, and we were just waiting for her to give us the okay, and we put that on our page immediately. As soon as she said it, we were really like on our media shit that year. Like, and I just remember sitting at the dining room table where it all started with Drea P, and my phone was just sitting face up, and we were just watching the fucking numbers. Our Instagram fucking followers went from like 108 to like 1,600 fucking followers all of a sudden. Like, it just shot up and went nuts. We started our YouTube channel that year. Tati came on that year in a real way. Tati had come on originally to do like blog stuff and extras and stuff like that, which was really cool and fun, little promos and things that we were doing with our guests. It was just a lot of things happening. We had our moms featured on The Way with Words, the podcast, that year. I had forgot about that, and when I went and saw that, I was like, oh, that was really cute and special. Our Mother's Day special. Yeah. That year is like etched in my mind, but like not really. Like, I feel like probably because the work that I have to do to forgive myself and stuff, I probably don't be thinking about it as much, but seeing all of that, I'm like, wow, we really did so much.
We've done
a lot
has transpired, a
lot has happened, truly. Yeah, so that was still 2017, so we were still on Imperial then. 2018 the first thing I put was the iconic LMH reunion episode, which is just crazy. It's just so it was just such a cute full circle. Yeah, it was just a cute full circle moment of just like, wow, look at where we all are now. We were really on our game shit with the promos. We had a lot of games in our promos in 2018. Very cute stuff.
I really like games.
We'll bring some back. We can do whatever we want. Yeah. The Black Panther, I'm about to say reunion. The Black Panther premiere. The Black Panther premiere and our episode, just reacting to, all of us went together, right?
2018, is that when I started hosting?
When you started, you were in the chair G Herbo episode. When did you? Right. So that was November of 2017. No,
that day was my first interview.
Yeah.
My first interview, but we had done episodes before then, but it was just the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
So
So 2017 was when I started.
Right, and then 2018 we came back with season 2. Black Panther. That was that was such a highlight. Yeah, it's just it's a fun promo. It was a cute time. More guests. So we kept up with the guests in 2018. We had Nicki Nicole from Black Ink. We were not done with Black Ink.
Especially when you say Nicki Minaj. But, oh my God, I wasn't here.
I missed that too.
I was like, what?
Let me shut up. Nicki Nicole. We had Uncle Flex on that year. And he was such a good guest. I just love when people just are so engaging. He was great. We had Larry Legend. We had our good friend Khalil for the first time. That was his first time being on the episode. Trey White from the radio. Sinatrix, a Chicago rapper. And also, Ari brought your son back that year.
Yeah.
Ari Fletcher brought back your son, and we got to see him face. He was so little. So cute. 2019. Oof. Moving along. Season 4, somehow. Sheesh. Season 4, though, we did like a total revamp. That's why season 4, like, stands out. Like, we did like a complete new look. This is what it looks like on our Instagram page. We did like the Love and Hip Hop kind of preview promo, which was so cute. We also debuted the Blind Date series and Ask a Nigga.
So fun.
Very cute and fun.
Yeah, Blind Date. Those are such fun.
Talk about. We also did 2 Truths and a Lie as our St. Patrick's Day special YouTube video with our friends, which was very cute and fun. Yeah. We had Kiana Alicia on, which shout out to my girl Kiana Alicia. She just debuted too, because she's a Chicago queen that everybody knows and loves, and she just let us all know that she has a job. She's doing boss things, and she's about to move to Dallas. Yeah. So wishing you well.
She's famous.
Yeah, no, for real, she's great. So
every time I be looking at like her stories and stuff, I be like,
she's so good. She's so good. So yeah, sending all of our love to you, Key. We had Jen from Black Ink, because Black Ink wasn't through with us in 2019. Jen came on. That was a good time. But also, my personal fave, Shan Booty. We had Shan Booty call us and talk to us on the podcast in 2019. That's crazy.
I actually really want to revisit all of those, like, love languages and all of that.
Yeah.
Definitely want to revisit that as a conversation.
We definitely should. And especially like how we've evolved in it. Like, I feel like I should reread that book. Like,
I need to re-listen to the episode, retake the quiz. Like, I just want to
Ooh, we should do that.
If anything is
We're going to do that soon. Yeah. Write that down. Look, where's my assistant? Write that down. We also changed Ask a Nigga in 2019 to Ask a Man, because
who was it that?
I can't remember.
That cared.
I can't remember.
Was it my friend?
Yeah.
Maybe. It was my friend?
I feel like it was.
That's the person that came to mind.
Yeah.
Feels like it needs to be Ask a Young Man.
Yeah, ask a strong black man.
Oh, definitely my friend.
Definitely, yeah. Ask a strong black
man.
Definitely my friend. So 2020, and it's so crazy because as I was going through the years, and of course I'm looking at 2017, and like 2017 was like so crazy, and like I remember that's what I think of when I think about like, oh my God, like, you've let it go so far. Like, that's what I think about. It's like 2017, that huge just wave of momentum and guests and all the popping out we were doing and events and covering Danny's fashion show and all of this stuff. Yeah. And then
we did that twice.
Yeah. And then 2018, 2019, and I was expecting each year to just be like, oh, okay, soon I'm about to get to a point where it's like, we didn't do shit. Like, but that never happened. And I was very happy about that. Like, that made me feel really good. Like, 2020, obviously a big slowdown, but we still had guests. We still produced every week, which I have to remind myself is a source of pride in itself. The fact that we kept on, the fact that we remained consistent, we've evolved, we've ebbed and flowed, but we never just gave up on this. And so I really appreciate that. But 2020, we debuted our Dana Wayna. She came on the show. She was our first guest of 2020. with that crazy. That is also a video, so you go ahead and check that out. It's insane. Brittany Jett was on in 2020. Shout out to Brittany Jett. B. Harris. Shout out to B. Harris. And I haven't really talked about this, but it's not a secret. But I don't think that was the catalyst for it, because I really didn't know B. Harris like that. But I don't know if that was the catalyst for it. But soon after that, I began a partnership with B. Harris, and for the past year or so, almost year maybe, I had been writing her newsletters and her emails for her brand Rooted Soul. So that was just a really, really great, amazing opportunity that I got to get. B. Harris is such a fucking inspiration. She's so just amazing, just like ridiculously savvy, just like very much on her business in a way that's like intimidating. She always tells me, like, you can ask me anything, like, come to me, da, da, da. And I don't even know what to ask someone like her. Like, she's just so good at what she does, and it's been really, really great to just be close enough to just soak it up, you know. So shout out to B. Harris. We also have Bryce Savoy, which we also got a chance to exclusively see him perform last year. Alongside other performances, which was a really, really dope opportunity, and got to interview him shortly after. I think the next day he came on the show, and we got to just like get the exclusive about that. And he's really dope, and his brand is really, really cool. And then it was quarantine. And we kept doing. Me and Tati figured Anchor out. We figured out how to do it remote, and yeah, we tiptoed around, and we was just like, what are we gonna do? And then we finally, you know, got to a source of comfort where, you know, we understood that our quarantine was very little. We wasn't out in these streets, so we came back to the studio not too long after that. But yeah, and that was 2021, and I didn't go through all of the things that we've done in 2021, but because I was just so blown away by everything else. But all of those things, like, it makes me so happy, because and I needed that. Like, I went into it honestly thinking, like, okay, I'm about to write down all this shit for 2016, 2017, and it's just like, girl, y'all didn't do shit after that. But it's like, that's not true. We did a whole lot. We did so much, and I'm just so excited for us. How do you feel? 5 years later?
I just feel like I've talked about this so much, and I feel like probably every anniversary, I feel like I talk about how thankful I've been for this platform, because I talked about how 2016, how I was in like a very low place and wasn't on my highest frequency, and it probably took me years, and even still now, like, to really feel like I'm back at my peak or operating, you know, at my highest self. But A Way with Words definitely always has given me like an outlet to where when I'm in this space, I do feel like my best self. You know, and I needed that. I feel like I lost a lot of my creativity, or like my drive to be creative, because so much of it has been in just being a mother and trying to figure that out. So this definitely gave me like my space to get back to like who I am and what I like to do, and it's definitely saved me, I feel like, from something that could have been way worse. Or a mental state that could have been way worse, because I at least always knew, like, but you have that. Like, you have this. And it's been consistent. And like you said, no matter what has happened in the world, no matter what has happened with us personally, the changes, like the ups and downs, A Way with Words has continued. It never stops. And I feel like the same way that it's been like a home for me, I feel like it obviously is definitely a home for our listeners, because they know. Even if during quarantine or anything, even if they did stop listening for a week or 2 weeks, when you come back to our page, there's always new content. It's always new stuff going on. It's never going to be like, oh, what happened to
Right.
Brandon actually haven't done anything in a minute. You know, that's never the case.
That brings me joy.
So,
and I agree. Yeah. I think that I'm in a space now where I'm learning to look at things that I saw negatively as I don't have to make them negative. They just are what they are, you know. I definitely feel like personally, like I started to get a little lax. I started to get a little, you know, unintentional. But I do also feel like there's purpose in that, you know. Like we needed time to rest. We needed time to just come and bullshit and kick it and be silly. And I think that there's purpose in that, and I'm thankful that we did that. I am personally someone who's always afraid to declare out loud like my wants and my desires, because I just be like, I'm an Aquarius and I can't take the embarrassment of like not doing the thing that I said that I was going to do. But I am going to say right now, 6-year anniversary is going to be, y'all going to be like, wow, what the fuck? Like, it's going to be so different. And I'm only saying that because I can feel the gusto like in my spirit. Like, it's fucking up from here. And it always has been.
We didn't even touch on, like,
I
we
said,
talked
what's
about
up?
2017. What our year anniversary was
Oh,
like.
our 1-year anniversary was
the best party, the best celebration.
So
at
fun.
the room. We all, I feel like as a collective, all really worked well together.
Yeah, we
put it together.
together.
It was a great.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. My brother came.
My father came.
Like it was so mad. It felt like a lot of love and a lot of support in the room. Yeah,
it was a good time.
It was a big deal.
That was a good time. And I want that for us again, you know, and I think that I haven't been like very motivated to do that because of, like, on a personal level, I take a lot of responsibility for this show and for this team. And I feel like I owe y'all so much. So I'm always like, oh my God, like I didn't do the thing. And then October comes around and I'm like, oh my God, you know. But from here on out, I really do feel like we are on the same page. I think we want the same things. I think that we as individuals deserve. Can you please? Welcome to my house. I cook a lot. We as individuals absolutely deserve everything that comes with having a brand that is notarized and well known and appreciated and recognized. Like everything that comes with that, I know that on an individual basis we all deserve that. But I also am come to realize Away with Words, the podcast, deserves that too. You know, like the brand itself deserves just the love and the light because it's given so much to us. And I, you know, a couple weeks ago, I was in a dark space and I was asking myself, you know how they say like, oh, would you do what you were doing if it wasn't for the money? Da, da, da. Like, mind you, we've made some money and I'm thankful for that, but we're not making no money. Like, you know what I'm saying? None of us are like paying our bills off of this. But when I thought about it, I thought about the listeners. And I was like, you know, if 2 weeks in a row I went to Anchor and looked at our analytics and it said 0, like, would I still be like, okay, y'all, let's come up with content? Like, would I still have that motivation? And when I was thinking about it at that space and time, I felt like, I don't know. And that scared me. I was like, I don't know how passionate I really am about this. I don't know how connected I really am about this. And now, you know, peeking out of that dark space and feeling a little bit more reinvigorated, I feel like it always counts, because even though I say like, what would happen if it was 0 listeners, but it's not 0 listeners, and people do listen to us and people do count on us. And you know, now that we're back on YouTube, I'll be back a lot more present on YouTube, which if you're watching this, you know I gave some of y'all that smoke when y'all was talking about Tati was jealous and mean and we was all fat and like all of that shit y'all was talking in the comments. Thank you to our trolls, because that video is still continuing to run numbers, so go off. But even that, like, I wasn't very consistent on our YouTube page, and when I got back on a couple weeks ago for us to post, when you posted Lush Yummies, I randomly saw a random comment from a video that we posted, I think maybe 2 months ago. We had put off like a one-off episode. Someone had commented, yes, I've been waiting on y'all to get back to on YouTube. One comment, one person, but that much energy, like, yes, I've been waiting. Like, and I'm just like, I cannot let go of the fact that this matters, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like that's what makes Away with Words such an experience and so authentic, is the fact that when we're not feeling our best and stuff, our listeners y'all really have to just ride the waves with us.
Yeah.
Y'all,
and y'all do.
Know, and
they
I'm very
do.
thankful that you guys are so into who we are as people and personalities, that you're willing to ride that wave, and that even if we're not necessarily at in our opinion, operating at our best, you still just care to hear what we have to say. So I feel like it's all a part of it. Mm-hmm. I feel like all the ups and downs, I feel like it's all a part of the way we were. Is if we come in the studio one day and we're just like, girl, I'm tired, and we talk about that. I feel like that's
and that's the thing. I think that I got so caught up in like this big rush of engagement and like, why aren't people doing this and why aren't people doing that? But when people do, it don't be nothing like artificial. It don't be nothing like just surface. It don't be people being on there like, oh, fun as hell, or like, it don't be that. It be somebody being like, I'm so glad you brought this up because like somebody tweeted me the other day about our top 10 movies that made us emotional. Somebody was like, y'all didn't say Lovely Bones. That fucked me up. Like, just that sort of thing where it's just like, you're really listening. You're really like, you know, because I know I'm a person who listens to podcasts for multiple reasons. And sometimes it's just for background noise. And sometimes there are some podcast episodes where I'm not really listening to y'all or whatever. So, like, that sort of thing really matters and means something to me, even if it is just one person. Mm-hmm. So, I'm very thankful for that. And in conclusion, we bike. We in this beach. We finna get crunk. Our 5 years, none of it has been in vain, and none of it has been little. Even the stuff that I looked at and thought like, oh, you know, we've fallen from this high, great star. We've been doing really, really great things. And just like our lives and just like life in general, it's ebbed and flowed, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for everybody who continues to rock, and I'm thankful for everybody who's going to pick up, because you'll be here. And it's probably, if you're watching this and it's the year 2031 and you're catching up because you're such a huge fan and you just want to go into your lunchroom or to your workplace and know, like, I watched all their old shit. I know about them from this age and from this, like, go off, and we love you and we appreciate you. But yeah. Thank y'all so much. Please continue to do all the things that you've always done. Follow us on all the places to be followed. You can follow us at Away with Words, the podcast, on Instagram. And you can follow me there at Bree.stories and at Bree_stories on Twitwat. And you can follow at A_Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on Twitwat. And you know you should not be amiss by not following at MJMKid and at Moments_Stu, because you just should. All the cool stuff lives there. We love you all so much. And we're going to talk to you next week. Maybe. We'll see. Everybody say bye.
Bye.